Welcome back to the channel, my friends. Warhammer Man Studios. I'm Warhammer Man, and today we're taking a look at some brand new chaos in the Warhammer 40k universe. This video is sponsored by the Game Bunker. Pledge yourself wholly to chaos with 4 special limited edition codexes. Imminent arrival of the Emperor's Children and their Primarch means that all 4 Chaos Gods and their mortal legions are now represented in Warhammer 40,000. Such a momentous collocation requires due praise, and the most fervent followers of the Dark Gods can show their devotion with 4 extra special limited editions, one of each new codex, which will be released alongside the standard and collector's editions. Alright, so that is very interesting. So obviously anybody that's playing with any one of these specific armies only ever needs one codex. And Games Workshop always is going to make their regular codex, and then when they do a launch box, there's going to be a collector's edition codex as well. And then when the new codex comes out, now they do a collector's edition codex as well, which is just a slightly cooler codex with all the same content for another $50. So $60 for the regular codex, $110 for the collector's edition codex, and then also something like the Emperor's Children that's getting a launch box is going to have a special codex inside the launch box as well. So now you have like 3 different sources that are all cannibalizing like the same sales, because most people that are going to buy the codex aren't going to buy multiples of the codex. And we know for a fact that every time Games Workshop does one of the launch boxes for the army, that the special edition codex doesn't sell nearly as well, nor does the regular codex, because so many people buy the launch box and get already access to one of the codexes. So now on top of that, we're going to have those 3 codex variants, which are all the same content inside the actual codex. It's basically just like different covers. And now Games Workshop is going to do an extra special limited edition codex as well. So now a 4th codex to compete with the same codex sales. So I'm not saying that this won't be cool, but it just seems crazy that they're cannibalizing all the same sales now with a 4th special edition. Alright, so here we have our first look at the extra special limited edition awesome amazing codex bundle. So here we see a codex with a different cover on it. We've got a bunch of different stuff in there. So we have like the actual box slip, which is pretty awesome. Obviously opens up and has like a cool little design. And then inside we have like essentially a like metal piece right here. We see the cards. We see the other cards, I think, or maybe some art prints. And then we have some objective markers. So nice little bundle set right here, but obviously going to come with a pretty big premium because we know that just the different codex cover art and like the gold edges and whatnot offers already a $50 premium over the $60 codex. So we have a $60 codex, a $110 codex. So we know that this is going to be substantially more, probably somewhere around like the $200 range. At least that's my guess. Each of these malefic artifacts is presented in an elaborate slipcase with a special rip-up art design. Within you'll find a numbered copy of the codex with unique art plus additional dark gifts. The tome above is the first in the series, representing the Emperor's Children of Slaanesh, and we'll be unveiling the others in the coming months. So I think realistically, Emperor's Children we know is getting a launch box, so they're going to be the ones that have the biggest problem with like the 4x codexes. Probably not going to see like an army launch box for World Eaters, Thousand Sons, or Death Guard. Now it's definitely possible, but I think Emperor's Children is definitely going to run into this problem more so than the others. And just what we've seen recently with like the Astra Militarum Codex, a lot of the special edition codexes or the collector's edition have been selling out. And we see now after like a couple weeks, the Astra Militarum Codex limited edition or special edition still hasn't sold out yet. So it's very obvious that the cannibalizing of the codexes, especially when they do a launch box, is already a thing. So now a 4th codex on top of that is just going to extrapolate the problem further. Now that being said, I don't think it's going to stop some people from buying this. And I'm sure some people are going to buy the launch box and have access to a codex and then also pick this up. But very clearly we're going to see the regular codex sales plummet. So that being said, absolutely awesome cover art right here. We have Fulgrim on the cover. It is white, which is pretty awesome right here. Numbered 3, so I'm imagining this is going to be 3 of 4. And then we have like some other cool stuff going on here. These include 6 accursed metal object markers and 5 art cards featuring gruesome art that delves into the very stuff of chaos. You'll also get a set of data cards and a set of stratagem cards that will aid you on your dark path, and a hardback folder to keep it all safe. Okay, so here we can see all of the goods. So we basically have like that metal counter right here. We have our stratagem cards, we have our data cards, and then we have our 6 objective markers. A nice little slipcase to put all of that in. We have the actual codex itself. Then we have some art cards right here, which is pretty cool. These appear to be the stratagem cards for the different detachments. And then these should be the actual data cards as well. So pretty nice bundle setup. And then of course you're going to have the actual codex. Definitely interested to see what the price point on this is going to be. And because they're doing these for the other 3 factions as well, and they're likely not going to get a launch box, I would imagine that it's going to get enough people that are excited to want to buy the other 3 that won't have access to the new codex already, that they're probably just going to pick up the Emperor's Children as well if they're trying to build the whole collection. Now a quick word from today's sponsor, Game Bunker. Game Bunker carries a full range of Games Workshop products including miniatures, terrain, paint, tools, and more. Game Bunker offers 15% off MSRP for most Games Workshop products with the discount code WHMS. Receive free shipping in the continental United States on orders over $145. Online orders ship out within 24 hours. Game Bunker is a veteran-owned business. Use affiliate link below, enter discount code WHMS to save 15% on most items at checkout. For fast, friendly service with a discount on your favorite tabletop wargaming purchases, visit GameBunker.net and let them know that Warhammer Man sent you. Each tome comes with 1/4 of a metallic chaos medallion dedicated to its patron god. Collect them all, and all 4 segments will clip together through the dark power of chaos. Okay, so that's pretty cool. So essentially this is the Emperor's Children portion of like this medallion, and then each piece of the medallion, when you have all 4 of them, will create a total chaos medallion representing all 4 chaos gods. So very cool, definitely a big fan of this. Not sure exactly what they mean by clip together. I don't see anything that specifically clips them together. And then I also don't see like how this is a medallion, like in the sense that you would wear it like on a necklace or something like that. It would be cool if there was like a case or something like that it went in so you could wear this as like a necklace, but it's definitely really cool. And then we see the both sides of it. We have the Emperor's Children logo. So definitely a fan of this. It is awesome. And then I would imagine now with the 4 pieces of the medallion, there's going to be like a reason for people to collect all 4 of them. To bring these 4 blasphemous icons together into the grand symbol of chaos undivided, you must keep an eye or 8 out for each limited edition codex as they are released. Okay, and then it says they clip together, and the note right here is magnets. So they basically have like magnets, I would imagine, in the side of them that's going to link them all together into a single medallion. Again, I don't know if I would trust magnets to like hold my precious medallion together, especially if these things are going to be hard to get and you're going to have bought like 4 different bundles to get them. But I do think it's an awesome idea, and I'm definitely all for it. So that being said, definitely a very cool little bundle right here. Getting access to the Codex is obviously something that a lot of people are going to be about if they want to play the game or just collect them all. Having stratagem cards is definitely going to be awesome as well. We have seen that Games Workshop has been releasing like the data cards, and with the data cards you have like your army rule, and then you also have like your various detachment rules, but we haven't seen them actually create stratagem cards, which I think is something that's really nice. I personally have been making my own stratagem cards, but I basically just been photocopying the page out of the Codex and then putting them in like some card slips. I definitely think they're a nice thing to have during the game, so it makes sense that Games Workshop would create them. The art is pretty cool. The objective markers are definitely pretty cool. And then of course the medallion is like an extra cool thing on top. Doesn't necessarily serve like an actual purpose, at least not in game terms, but it's definitely a cool little thing. So depending on the price is whether or not I'm going to be picking this up. But to tell you the truth, obviously I'm going to be a little bit skewed because I'm definitely planning on buying the Emperor's Children launch box. So I'm definitely already going to have like 1 or more codexes from that. So that always makes me pass on the special edition codex. So now the idea that they're going to try to get us to go over the top and buy like this limited collector's edition codex as well definitely doesn't seem like that realistic. Now that being said, if we don't get a launch box for Thousand Suns, World Eaters, or Death Guard, I think the probability of people buying into this codex set definitely makes much more sense. Because rather than having like that sunk cost in the codex that you got in the box set, instead of just buying the regular codex for $60 or the special edition codex for $110, you can just say, well, you know what, I'll fork out the extra like $50 or $90 or whatever it is, get the objective markers, get the cards, and then get all the other cool stuff as well. So I think overall, the Emperor's Children one is probably the one I'm most excited about, the one that we're seeing here. But there's also the most reasons for me not to pick it up because I'm already going to have access to the codex from the Emperor's Children launch box. So let me know what your take is on this. I definitely think it's cool. I'm definitely excited for it. I'm not sure if I'm going to pick it up. It definitely depends on the price. But I am curious what other people think of this. Like how much value do you see in like the medallion or the markers themselves, the actual art prints, the slipcover? What do you think of like actual stratagem cards being offered? And are we going to be able to buy those otherwise like separately? Or is this going to be like another selling point specifically to get us to fork out the big cash for this? Always like to hear back from you guys in the comments. And as always, special thanks to the Game Bunker for sponsoring the channel. Check out the link in the description to save 15% on most Games Workshop products with code WHMS at checkout. That's it for today. Warhammer Man Studios, I'm Warhammer Man, and this is definitely cool. But is it worth the price? I guess we'll have to see. And I'm out of here.